Hey, so we got this 99 Ford Ranger and we can't turn on the lights. So we need to get them fixed. Let's get to it. So we will be replacing a light switch right there that is broken loose inside there, and you cannot turn the knob any longer. And there is some screws up in here, like 3 of them. So on these 3 screws at the top of the dash here, they are 7 millimeters. Just remove those. Remove these 2 screws on your center stereo dash. And then we are going to pop this cover off. So once you remove those 2 screws, it should just pop off. Is a hidden screw right there that attaches to this panel. We remove that screw, and as I'm pulling on the panel, it seems to be down under here somewhere. So let's see if we can take this panel off. I found a couple screws down under here, so we will remove that. 2 of which hold your hood release on, and then 2 on each side over here. So now it is completely loose from here. There's just some clips that are holding it in, so you should be able to work your fingers up and pull those clips out like that. Sounds like you're tearing the thing apart, but just the clips coming out of the holders. So we got that off, and we've got some extra cords because of stereo systems and whatnot, and some extra lights that we have. We have like a changing color lights that light up the floorboard, so that's what these wires are, but we're just going to let it set down there and rest on there like that. Now this metal plate has to come off because there's some hidden screws. There's one right there, looks like, and looks like there's one right behind there. So far they've all been 7 millimeter besides this metal plate, and these are going to be 8 millimeters. Hey, so I try to figure out all the possible ways to get the job done in the fastest, safest way. There's no need to take off that metal plate when you don't have to. This will save you time, money, and frustration. So on this metal bracket here, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5, maybe 6. But we are going to just loosen it up enough to pull that down to get to those hidden screws. So on this side, I ended up taking out the screw there, and it gave me just a little bit more clearance. So I got both of them out. So I had enough clearance on this side, I didn't have to take that out. Now, so this will pop off, and there are some wires that would be connecting on this side. There's no wires on this side at all. So we should be able to just pop that off. Alright, so now we've got this popped loose. So I just kind of ran my fingers up here and popped the clips out all the way around it. This, I just used that tab right there, and same way on the other side, I used this tab right here to pop those clips out. Now, there are some wires that would be connected to there. You should be able to lift this whole thing out. So we might have to See if we can get these wires out right there. See what's going on with the switch. It looks like it's broken all the way off, or either the screws came loose, because it should be attached to that. Now we got a better view of it. I put the truck down into first gear and I got the gear shifter out of the way. So there we are in first gear, and I had more room to pull this open. So there are two wires, two connectors on here. One for your dome light switch and one for your headlight switch. Alright, so we lifted this up and I swung it around. We are going to have to unclip this. This was already loose, so we didn't have to unbolt that. I don't know why there's no screws in that. This one, this plug here, you're going to push on that and pull the plug out. This one here, you're going to lift up on the screwdriver very gently, and then it'll pop off. So we will see what's the matter with this, see if we can get it working. So we have found what took place. As you can see, where the screws go in, both of them are broken. It just came loose, fell back, and then you couldn't turn it any longer. It was too loose in there because nothing holding it tight. So now we have to find a solution to fasten this without buying a whole new panel. Hey, we got to get that cherry tree in the shot. Hey, so on this panel, I looked it up on eBay, and they're about 70 bucks or more. And a new one, if you find one out there, it is around $150 plus. We're just making this thing functional, so let's get back at it. Might be a bolt all the way through it, as I see, to hold those on there. I think that would be okay. Let's look at the front. We can drill something in there and just bolt it from the all the way through, and that'll hold it on there. And if you do it right, it won't be an eyesore. So I did end up buying a new switch for it, which came in the mail, because I wasn't sure what happened to it until we take it apart. So we do have a brand new switch. They were like, I think $12 or something. So we're over at the table. We are going to drill this all the way through. We're going to remove this with two Phillip head screws, so it's out of our way. I don't think we have to take the vent off. I think I can get the drill down in there. We're going to drill that through there and go ahead and put a bolt all the way through it. So that is the plan. Like a 1/8 drill bit will fit down through there and drill all the way through. There is what it's going to look like. Let's look at the other side here. So you can see it drilled out nicely. Now we got to find some little bolt and nuts that'll fit through there that will connect them. Got two 6/32 by 1 1/4, and that'll hold that on there. Then I got locking nuts for it, so should be able to put a locking nut on them to hold that in there. Alright, we got that mounted back down in there. Now we have to reinstall our other switch here. Alright, got that in there. Let's put this back in there. Now remember, you have to put the gear shifter down to give you a little more room. Get the gear shifter put down. So we are going to snap those plugs back in. Kind of have this where it swings back over and down. So that'll work. Alright, that's back in place. Now all we're going to do is just snap our connectors back into all the little holes on each side. Go ahead and slide your knob back on there, and then before I'm going to screw this all back together, I checked the lights to make sure that they are working. So you can hear that it is now working. Alright, so that panel is all snapped in. Remember, you have that hidden screw right there before you put the radio back on there. Hey, the radio's back on. So we got that all ready, back pushed together. And we'll stop for station identification. This is Rich's Mowers and Blowers with the special edition of the Ford Ranger light switch. Hey, so we wrapped that thing up. We put them 4 screws back in there. We got it all back together. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit it. Subscribe to my channel, because you'll find all kinds of cool, neat tips like this. Hey, hit that bell icon, then you'll get notified every time I put out a new video, because you don't want to miss one of my videos. I'd love to hear from you guys. Leave me a comment how this has helped you out.